Good day and welcome. We're going to be doing push today. Hope you've gotten yourself nice and warmed up, and we're going to jump right in with the old classic, the standby. Squat to overhead press, inhale on your way down, exhale on your way up. As you're moving from the bottom to the top of the squat, make sure your knees are not drifting inward like this. See that little inward motion as I'm coming up? That's called the knee valgus. We want to avoid that. Just think consciously outward as you're coming up from the bottom of the squat. Make sure we're aiming for about 45 seconds or 15 reps. Making sure you feel nice amount of heat in the body and the shoulders. Notice I'm going a little slower on my way down and quicker on my way up. I'm gonna go for 3, 2, and 1. Superb. Then hip hinge with a tricep kickback. Arms starting up high. Fold it and extend. And again, don't want to be here for too terribly long. Triceps tend to react pretty heavily to a kickback. Try and make sure your back is nice and flat. And you're breathing out as you lift the arms. I'm going to go for about 10 more. I'll feel this tomorrow. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last but not least, number 1, groovy sauce. We're gonna incorporate quite a number of push-ups today. So you're ready to use your knees whenever you need to, or just take steps to the wall. Push-ups are a lot about the brain-body connection as much as it is about strength. So knock out a set of 6, 8, 10 normal push-ups. Arms at about a 45-degree angle as you come from the bottom to the top, not flaring out at the elbows. Make sure you're getting the nice, clean top portion. I'm gonna go for 5 more. That's number 1. Stand up, shake it off, and grab yourself a drink. Or just kind of get loose. You're gonna be using a lot of the shoulders today, so take an opportunity to make sure they're plenty loose in their socket. No tension. You're gonna build plenty of that as we work through the sequence. All right? In my line of work, repetition is key. We're going on. Squat to overhead press once again. On your mark, get set, and inhale down. Exhale up. Good, minding the valgus. I'm going 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Super good. Since we're using the shoulders a lot, a little mid-set break never hurt anybody. These are 25s. They kill me on the kickbacks. We're doing it anyway. Here we go. Fold and extend. I'm going for 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 sets in, and my shoulders already feel toasty. Let's power out. Push-ups, 6, 8, or 10. Original form. Take a child's pose or a down dog if you need to. And then take it away. I'm just gonna go for 12. And nice. And once you've done that, get up, shake it out, grab a drink, Stay tuned, I'll be right back. Welcome back. We're gonna go one weight from the ground to the sky, wide stance, externally rotated through the feet. Make sure your knees are tracking out wide as you do this, alternating side to side. So it's boom, all the way up, all the way down, and switch. Boom. Make sure you're tracking up through the center as you do this. Notice I'm not going out wide like that. It's right up and down along the midline of my body here. And also note that you might find it challenging to get this deep, all right? If you have to lean a little through the upper torso, like that, I'll show you that in profile here. All right, that's an upper torso lean in order to get to the weight. That's okay. You'll activate more of the small of your back as you do that, but we want to try to aim for flexible hips. We're getting really deep down in there, keeping that back as close to straight as possible. I'm gonna go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking that weight up overhead. We're doing a couple of these tricep overhead extensions. Keep your core tight. Sometimes it helps to stagger your stance. 5, 4, 3, 2. Awesome stuff. Let's do a push-up to a downward facing dog. This might be tougher for those of you who do your push-ups from the knees. Just do your push-up from the knees, lift into a plank, then a down dog, back to the knees. I'll demo one of those for you. So from the knees, lift the heels, down, push-up, tuck the toes, lift, plank, down dog. For those of us comfortable with the push-up, keep flowing. Nice closed chain shoulder exercise here. Really good for the hamstrings, the calves, the Achilles tendons. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and there it was. That's the stuff. Shake it off, grab a drink, and we're gonna hop right back to your pull from the ground to the sky, clearing it all the way up and down, externally rotated, alternating side to side. Center, ready, set, and go. Mind that center line tracking. Watch the face. It is possible to have a knee valgus while you're doing this wide stance squat, sumo deadlift style. So just be mindful of that too. Still thinking outward with the legs. I'm gonna go 3, 2, and 1. Right into tricep overhead extension. 12, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that's the stuff. On to push-ups to down dog. All right, here we go. And I'm aiming for 8 this set. Feel a little tense in the triceps. That's 3, 4, 5. You do enough push-ups, you get to where you can just eat them for breakfast. 7, 8. Back in my prime, my record was 30 sets of 11 push-ups. That was a lot. I'll probably never do that again. Grab a drink and I'll be right back. Welcome back. As you can see, there's a half sock here. And it's time for you to find something to sit on, as well as a weight that you will use on one side of your body. Whatever side of the body is going to be in contact with the ground, that's the side you want the weight on. All right, so I'm going right leg down, left knee elevated, stand up, press up, sit down. Only gonna do 6 of these. These are hard. If you need to do 3, if you need to do 2, bear with yourself. 5, you know, do just what you can. I might not even be able to do 6 on my left side since I've got some strength imbalances left to right. Ooh. All right. Might be reassessing. 5 was pretty hard. That's 6. Roll right on, here we go. Other side. Yep, see, tendency to drop the leg there. So bear with yourself. No pressure. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to try. 3. One of the ways to cure these imbalances is to work on them, right? 2 more to go here. And I got to failure. That was not my best showing, but it's part of the process. Up next, we're gonna sit both feet on the ground, blissfully. This time, take your weight, and we're gonna circle ahead, going 8 times in each direction. That's 8. All the way around, chest, behind the ear, behind the head, other ear. That's 7. 6. 6. Here's 5. This is a really good drill for getting your shoulders nice and open. Won't feel like it while you're doing this, but they get strong through a very wide range of motion when doing this. And I believe we have one more on either side. And done. Nice stuff, rock stars. All right. I would be remiss if I didn't have us do some push-ups. So you're gonna take this weight guy, you're gonna do a push-up, you're gonna slide it. Push up, slide it. Push up, slide it. Remember, we're pulling it across the body, not pushing it, right? It comes from one side, you pull it to the same side as the arm that was doing the moving. Allow me to demonstrate here. So here we go. Boom, shift, pull it over. Boom, shift, pull it over. We want to keep our core nice and strong here. As little wiggle and wobble through the hips as possible. Push days, it turns out, are not super easy because you're firing a small group of muscles over and over and over again. You'll notice I'm going a little wider. When I push up here, it's all right. That's enough of those. Shake it off, grab a drink, and meet me back here. You probably thought I forgot about the sitting down and standing up with one leg thing. Or maybe you hoped I did, but alas, I did not. I'm gonna humble myself and aim for 5 reps this time. I encourage you to just, again, do what you can. It's not easy. This time, I'm gonna give myself just a little kip, and I'm going on the opposite arm, right? So it's a tiny tap of the heel. Most of that work is happening through my left leg. So I'm just mixing it up a little bit to develop some of this strength to be able to do this a bit better, particularly on my left side. That was 5. Let's see if I can knock out 5 on the other side. And you should too. Remember, this is in opposition to what we had last time. It was same leg, same side. Now we're opposite leg, opposite side. And if you just look, you can see that, like, I clearly feel a lot more control with this right leg, with the assist or without. It's a world of difference. Good on that. Bringing us back to overhead tricep extension from a seated position. Here we go. And you're like, wait a minute, didn't we do circles around the world? I'd be like, of course we did. And we're doing this and getting everything in ship shape in Bristol fashion. Now you notice I'm holding it wider this time. Just a slight change for the triceps. 3, 2, 1. There it is. Shake that off. Should be feeling the shoulders quite a bit. If you need to, drop the weight down to something lighter. Going 8 worlds. Maybe we should call these Jules Verne. Is that who wrote that? Around the world in 8 repetitions on each side? Not sure. And 7. Here's 6. And 6. 5. 5. 4. And 4. Hold. 3, 2, 1. 3. 4. 3. Wait a minute. 2. 2. 1. And done. There it is. Put that weight down. Get your chair out of the way. We're doing push-ups and slides. This is one of those instances where I'm adding a little bit of a pull to a push workout. Just a bit. Tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Remember, this will be slightly wider than your standard push-up. We're not going for here. We're going for here. Give you a little room. Also take the feet a little lighter too. That'll stabilize you. So we pull and we press. We pull and we press. Remember, you have the knee option. Oh, we got a little rolly there. I'm going 2 more. 2 and 1. Brilliant. That's the stuff. Take a break. Shake it off. And I'll see you right back here in a second. For this next set, I brought along my friend Matthew. Matt for short. We're going 1 knee down, 1 knee up. We're going to start with a single arm overhead press. With this, really important, tuck your tailbone, right? Get that length to the hip flexor on the down knee side. We're not going to go a lot. We're just going 8, 7, 6. Why only 8, Clayton? Well, because we have a lot more shoulder work to do. 2 and 1 on this side alone, not to mention our triceps. So you see I have 2 weights there. I'm not going to attempt this without a lighter weight. Remember to take that weight all the way down to where you feel the tricep kind of turn off and then fire it. Off, on, off, on. Just a few more seconds of this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. Now, keeping that nice activation, I want us to do an anterior and lateral deltoid raise. The arm up here, just a little reminder to keep the core fully active. 5, 4, 4. Take a break if you need one. 3. No shame in that. 3. Just go like, oh my gosh, what's he doing? 2, 2, 1, and done. Fantastic. Then we're chopping. And from low to high, we're just going for 10. Remember, it's not about what the arms are doing here. It's about the trunk. And I got 4 and 3, 2, and that's that on that side. Switcheroo. Don't kick the kettlebell, friends. All right, we're straight into the overhead press. Tucking the tailbone, scooping the core. Take a breath. If you need to settle, I know sometimes I do. All right, ready, set for 8. Notice the difference. 7, is it harder on your left side? 6, 5, way harder for me. 4, keep that tailbone tucked. 2, 1. Might need some set breaks from me on this side, down to the lighter weight. Tricep overhead, lateral movement. Keep the core active. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it off if you need. Sometimes we're just a little different side to side. And then we anterior and lateral. 6, 5, 4, don't lose the core. 3, mid-step break. The burn. 2, 1, and done. Superb. And then we're chopping, chippy chopping. On your mark, get set, and that's 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sweet job, everyone. That's a single set we're doing on that. Meet me down in tabletop position in just a moment. All right, everyone. Hopefully you've rolled out your mat. You're all set. We're going to start with a quad hold. Tuck the toes. Keep the hands directly underneath the shoulders. I like to externally rotate just a little bit through the arms and lift the knees. We're just going to stay here. See if you can keep that energy all the way through your back. So we're not slouching. You're pushing. Pinky side edge of the fingers. I like to tent my fingertips. That means I push down with the palm of my hand all the way to that knuckle that connects to the hand. And then I lift up the middle knuckle, and I'm pushing the first knuckle into the ground and drawing those fingertips back. That gives me a lot of surety, a lot of sensation through the whole hand. We're here for another 10, 9, 8, active core, 7, 6, push away, 5, 4, 3, 2, yo, that was delicious. Let's go on, scoot the knees back just a little bit. Hands going pinky knuckle to pinky knuckle at the second knuckle of the finger. And we're knees back, dropping down to the elbow, lifting up. This is a variation on a push-up by technicality. Really focuses on the triceps. You should feel this working like crazy. If it's too much, draw your knees in closer, right? That brings the load to a much smaller degree. And it might be like, you can feel yourself just like, if you're doing this and it's not a fight, back those knees up a little bit, work for it, earn it a little bit. By now, we should feel the burn pretty intensely. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice stuff. You may have noticed I shifted my weight just a smidgen forward. The further over your hands you are with your knees back, the more work you're gonna be doing. So if you're all the way up here, you're lower down, you're doing something crazy. But it'll get your triceps nice and strong. All right, now, let's find a little fancy push-up that we're gonna do. Try this for me. Maybe try just one. Some people call them dive bombers. We call them dive bomber push-ups when I was in martial arts. The hands have to be wide. You're gonna go from basically down dog, slightly wider than your standard down dog. Bend your elbows, scrape, chin, chest, hips, belly, or belly, hips. Then you go backwards. You might wanna tuck the knees and then lift up there, all right? If you have trouble with that, drop the knees, lower down drive, nose, chin, chest, belly, hips, up into an up dog. When you see that up dog, don't shrug the shoulders. This, bad form. You wanna really push the ground away. Those are the muscles of your upper back activating. When those are strong, upper back pain goes away. A lot of that pain we feel in the upper back is just weakness. All right, lift the hips, belly, hips, chin, nose, and up. Try a couple more. And shooting back to a down dog on that one. Good stuff. That should not have been necessarily easy, right? Shake it out just a little bit. Get your wind back. We're going down to the forearms. One of the things about shoulder pressing stability is those static exercises, plank, are really, really valuable here. So find your high plank here, activate the core, push through the spine, a little bit of an arch, a bridge-like arch to the back as you're doing this. You may be able to see or hear me shaking a little. That's because
I've got complete activation of the core. So if I do this, not as much activation. I'll show you that. Like that little rounded back thing, that's not as much work. This is way more work, and you feel it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Awesome job. Shake that out. If your wrists get fatigued, 2 options. Try them from the knuckles, right? This is totally viable. Really good way to get a bit of wrist strength built in. And if you're comfortable with it, we've also got our weights. These can be used anytime for push-ups too, because that extra like inch off the ground gives you more depth to bring the chest down. Works wonderfully for plank, push-ups, even plank to down dog sort of stuff, right? Got that little extra bit of depth there. So play with that, explore that, find what feels good. At different points in your life, your wrists are gonna feel stronger and weaker, depending on what you do. For those of us who have desk jobs, which never thought I'd live in the world where being a personal trainer, most of my time was spent at a desk. But here we are. There's a lot of working those carpals, and those guys get fatigued. So, another little thing you can do, flip the palms face up. Most of the weight is in my knees here. I could stay in this shape and lift my hands up. And you can apply more weight forward, shoulders over the wrists as you glide back and forth. Lovely little counter stretch here. And then try lifting up onto the knuckles about 5 or 6 times. You'll note, again, most of the work is happening in my legs. My legs are stabilizing. I've got maybe like 1/8 of my body weight moving through my wrists, maybe even less. Once you've got that taken care of, shift your fingers, palms face out, little glide side to side. There, your hands should be roughly beneath where your shoulders stand in a regular quadruped. And after you've done that about 4 or 5 times each side, we're gonna bring them in just a smidgen closer and try that same thing. Push up to that first knuckle. Push up, lower down. Really good for forearm strength, developing those muscles that we're using all the time in our desk jobs in this world we live in. Our ancestors are like, well, I guess it's less work than tilling a field somewhere. Unless you come from like royalty, in which case it's probably way more work to work at a desk than... No, I changed my take. Being a monarch probably wasn't easy. Like, I don't care if you're an authoritarian leader or something like that, it's still work. Nobody gets out of here without working. Down to your forearms. Speaking of work, go into forearm plank with alternating knees, tapping down to the ground. Try and imagine you are that little suspension bridge. You've got that little arch to the spine. Lift to the frontal hip points. So you're trying to move the lower abs toward your chin. Sort of philosophically, not really actively moving in that direction, because that would be impressive. And you should sign up for contortion school. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Superb work, everyone. That's where I'm going to leave you for today. I've monologued enough. I hope you had a good workout, and we'll see you next time. Cheerio.